Welcome to Early Indicators, Episode 9. This month's domain is environmental tipping points, and today's theme examines the acceleration of climate whiplash. The rapid swings between heat, cold, drought, and flooding that are becoming a defining feature of the emerging climate era. These are signals in the truest sense. Signals are structural, not events, early, not reactive, underreported, not mainstream, and directional, not episodic. They reveal deeper shifts in the systems that govern weather stability, ecological balance, and long-term resilience. To understand how we reached this moment, we need to look back several decades. In the 1970s and 1980s, scientists began documenting subtle changes in atmospheric circulation, noting that the jet stream was becoming more irregular. By the 1990s, ocean heat content was rising at a pace that exceeded earlier projections, altering storm formation and seasonal patterns. The early 2000s brought clearer evidence that land surface warming was amplifying regional extremes. Over the past 10 to 15 years, the pace of oscillation from unseasonal warmth to sudden cold, from drought to flash flooding, has intensified. What once appeared as isolated anomalies now forms a recognizable pattern. A climate system losing its stabilizing anchors. Several structural forces converged to create this inflection point. Economic expansion increased emissions and land use pressures. Technological development reshaped energy demand and urban heat profiles. Governance gaps left adaptation strategies underfunded and reactive. Demographic shifts placed more people and infrastructure in vulnerable regions. Together, these forces reshaped macro-scale systems such as global climate circulation, agricultural supply chains, and insurance markets, while also influencing micro-scale systems including local water districts, municipal budgets, and community-level resilience planning. Current signals show the shift with growing clarity. First, winter heat spikes are appearing in regions historically defined by cold stability, disrupting ecological cues and energy planning. Second, soil moisture volatility is increasing across multiple continents, creating unpredictable swings between saturated and desiccated ground. Third, reservoir levels are fluctuating more rapidly, with some basins moving from record lows to emergency releases within a single season. Fourth, crop insurance claims tied to temperature reversals are rising, revealing stress in agricultural risk models. Fifth, new research shows that jet stream meanders are becoming more persistent, locking regions into prolonged extremes. These developments rarely dominate headlines, yet they reveal a climate system shifting toward greater instability. Signal confidence, accelerating. Here is where the shift is most visible. Northern Italy now experiences dramatic seasonal reversals, moving from drought-driven river collapse to destructive flooding within months, forcing regional planners to rewrite water management assumptions. In the U.S. Midwest, abrupt temperature swings damage winter crops, disrupt planting windows, and strain insurance pools, reshaping the economic viability of long-standing agricultural zones. Southern Brazil faces alternating heat waves and torrential rain, overwhelming stormwater systems and exposing municipal fragility in cities already stretched by rapid growth. Across East Asia, sudden cold snaps followed by unseasonal warmth destabilize energy demand forecasts, placing national grids under stress and revealing gaps in long-term planning. These examples illustrate how climate whiplash reshapes systems at every layer. Nations must reconsider agricultural baselines, energy reserves, and water allocation frameworks. Cities confront drainage failures, heat stress risks, and budget volatility as emergency responses become more frequent. Firms face unpredictable supply chains, rising insurance costs, and operational disruptions. Communities experience higher household expenses, disrupted routines, and growing uncertainty about seasonal norms. Individuals feel the effects through food prices, utility bills, and health impacts tied to rapid temperature shifts. At the macro layer, climate whiplash alters global food flows, insurance markets, and infrastructure investment strategies. At the micro layer, it affects neighborhoods, farms, local utilities, and small businesses. The fragility revealed is unmistakable. Systems built for gradual change are colliding with rapid variability. Future expectations point toward several plausible trajectories. In the short term, over the next 1 to 3 years, more regions will experience abrupt seasonal reversals, and emergency declarations will rise as local systems struggle to adapt. Insurance models will continue tightening as volatility becomes harder to price. In the medium term, over 3 to 10 years, infrastructure planning will shift toward flexible, modular designs capable of absorbing rapid swings. Water management systems will be redesigned around variability rather than historical averages. Agricultural zones may begin to migrate as temperature swings reshape crop viability. In the long term, beyond 10 years, climate whiplash may redefine global food security, alter migration patterns, and force new governance frameworks for risk distribution. Variability, not stability, may become the organizing principle for climate adaptation. Early indicators to watch include sudden reservoir fluctuations, crop insurance strain, jet stream anomalies, and municipal budget overruns tied to weather volatility. Potential tipping points include the failure of major agricultural regions to adapt, the withdrawal of insurance from high-risk zones, and the emergence of chronic water allocation conflicts. What to watch next? Pay close attention to regions where insurance withdrawal, water allocation disputes, and emergency response overruns appear simultaneously. These clusters often precede deeper systemic stress and can signal where long-term adaptation strategies will be tested first. In summary, the acceleration of climate whiplash is a foundational environmental signal. It reshapes climate systems, agricultural planning, insurance structures, and local resilience strategies. It alters long-term trajectories by replacing predictability with volatility. And it reveals fragilities in water management, food production, and infrastructure design. This is not weather chaos. It is a directional shift in the climate baseline. Thank you for listening to Early Indicators. If you found this episode valuable, please like, subscribe, follow, and share. Your support helps bring attention to the signals shaping our future. This episode draws on publicly available information, including international think tank reports, academic research, public climate and policy data, open-source intelligence, and non-copyrighted summaries of global developments. No proprietary or confidential sources were used. This episode is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute political advice, financial guidance, or predictive certainty. All interpretations are based on publicly available information and are intended to support general understanding of global trends.